Hey guys, so here we are doing Spire in a very quick fashion. This is Spire normal to begin with, but we are going to be showing Spire Nightmare, so that's what I'm trying to show. But first gotta get through the normal one. It's going pretty quickly, so it's not gonna take a long time. We're just gonna roll through the levels. Level 19 Elise. Now we can use a couple of skills to make it faster. So stay tuned to see Spire Nightmare. That's what I'm trying to get to, because we're curious if there are any new or interesting rewards in the Nightmare version. So far everyone is healthy and doing well. We got here stage 21. And that's gonna go down pretty fast. Iris. So we're almost done with the normal one. And I'll pause and then resume with the Nightmare. And now we can see what's new. Sorry I can't show everything, that's how it is. Trying to keep things proper, for the lack of a better word. Alright, we got Eve here. I'm just doing multi-shot, that's the only thing I'm doing. Can't be bothered to really use too many other skills. Well, let's use the freeze. Alright, that guy's out. I'm gonna IS this guy. I wish there was AFK mode working in Spire, but it's not. So we're gonna go ahead with the regular killing. So almost done here, as you can see, with the standard 24 stage Spire. That was pretty quick. I think 3 minutes for the whole Spire, which is cool. Alright, so it's done. We got the victory dance. Alright, I'm restarting to prepare for the Nightmare. Alright, and here we go. I can select Nightmare, but we don't have attempt, so that's going to be a problem. So we won't be able to actually see the rewards for it, but we can see that there is a new chest. And I did a stupid thing. I should have actually done no, actually I had to do the normal one time at least. But okay, let's we got Nightmare Ruins chest. That's the new chest. Earned in Spire may contain a fashion core or other rare items. So just from the text it's obvious that fashion core is the main one. Here we also see basically experience and that chest. Alright, and here we go with the first boss, stage 1 Nightmare. So we got Carl. So that's basically the familiar guy. And you can immediately see he is much harder, because of course he would be a one-shot kill, but because it's Nightmare version, he is harder to kill. So although I'm on auto attack now and hitting pretty hard, is definitely harder. And we got Kral here. I probably better use some skills to speed things up. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I'm gonna get some Rain of Fire support to clean this up. Alright, we're good to go. So in fact, it seems to be exactly the same, just it's a lot harder in the sense that they hit harder and they have a lot more health. But no tricks so far, and of course you'll be curious to see if it's all exactly the same or just partially. So far I didn't get any debuff, but it could be that we actually get it now. Yep, we will get a debuff because it's now not possible anymore to kill them in one shot. Although I did get lucky here. He didn't put the debuff. Okay, so good. So far so good. Stage 4. Now I didn't mention, but this is not comparable to regular party. The battle ratings here are the battle ratings that I have here is significantly higher than normal. Let's just say that. So a normal party, let's say not even normal. So even say class war finalists, let's call it like that, it would be significant. What the power you're seeing here is significantly higher than them. So of course this is not real, so it's just for demonstration purposes. Not real, I mean it's not a real normal server. Alright, we got the little Randall guy. So I do have a debuff now, which is all received damage increased by 40% cannot be discharged, and 996 turns remaining. So in theory you could burn it off. Randall's fireball still works really good, took a whole bunch of my health. So we're gonna heal that up. So that was a significant healing. Of course, as I mentioned, the power levels are hugely different. So from this I can already feel that most people will have a problem doing Nightmare. So let's say if you are, I don't know, 3 million battle rating, you would have 10 times more difficulty doing it than what you're seeing. But so far the interesting thing is that there are no tricks or anything. I was actually thinking maybe there is something different, maybe there's a new structure or new bosses. It seems to be exactly the same bosses, just simply more powerful. I think it's just an increased number of stats. Which is, let's say, the laziest thing you could do. Simply keep exactly the same thing. You don't have to reprogram a game at all. So it's just exactly the same event, same bosses, same graphics, same everything, just increased stats. The interesting thing is I'm already starting to get damage of the sorts of 350,000, which is huge for normal people. And I'm actually pretty surprised I'm getting damage of that magnitude because the defense that I have is a ridiculous number, let's call it like that. And seeing that, I'm not sure when and if normal people can do this. Let's see, we're still hitting for 1 million. That's good. Which means that I'm trying to figure out, to help you guys, what this means for a regular party. And I fear what this means is that you simply won't be able to do it. I think majority of people won't be able to do it. I'll try to give you some ratios at the end of the run, because I don't know all the stats by heart, but I'll look at the stats of the characters and try to give you some additional ratios of this versus you. But it's already very clear that this is very, very high difficulty. Actually, I started getting less damage now, about 30,000. So maybe it had something to do with the archer boss. Or it could be that I was reflecting my damage on myself, so that's possible. If that's the case, because I didn't see the reflect on, that's why I thought it was dangerous. But now I see it's okay, but it's still, of course, pretty difficult. Sorry I can't give you full information, but it's already something. But that's why I was recording the normal version and this version, so you have a sort of a comparison point between two strengths, two different strengths of the Spire, the normal and the nightmare, for this particular party. So you can compare the damage, for example, I'm doing now on this boss versus the damage I was doing in the normal version. So you can rewind and have a look at that. And you will see that I think this boss was 1 or 2 shots he died in the normal. And here it's actually a bit of a battle, which is, I think, pretty crazy, given that my party here has some ridiculous statistics, not comparable to normal people. Alright, we're up to Moretti, but you can clearly see that it's going a lot slower than the normal version. They're still not really hurting me, which is okay. Like there I got 250,000 damage. That was 340,000 damage. So there, Moretti is definitely hitting really hard. So if Moretti is hitting 340,000 damage on this character, then I'm afraid that would wipe out most strong parties. That'd probably be more than 1 million actually for class 4 finalists even. So I think the nightmare version is going to be really a nightmare. Definitely not comparable to the normal difficulty. As you saw, the normal difficulty I completed in 3 minutes, and now we are on the 15th minute of recording. Although of course there was a restarting of the restarting and setting up again, that took some minutes, but still there's already a great difference in the time taken to get to stage 13. So we're now only on stage 13, whereas I did 21 stages in 3 minutes in a normal difficulty. Alright, we got Dragon Zombie Shadow. I'm gonna put some healing because one of the kids there is a little bit hurt. Now that should fix it. Alright, normal damage from the dragon on this party is 40,000, so comparable to the previous bosses for the normal damage, but of course the more dangerous ones are the ultimate attacks. So let's see if I can figure out, because it's lagging also a lot, let's see if I can figure out his ultimate damage. There it is, 145 times 2, I think. Yeah, again, something like 300,000, so 10 times more his normal damage. So if this is 10 times more his normal damage, and on this party the normal was 30k, I think maybe on a normal party, again taking Class War Finalist as an example, I think he'll probably do definitely more than 300,000 per hit, possibly a million per hit. And then his ultimate would be then ridiculous because it's 10 times more. So if he would be hitting for a million, then ultimate would be 10 million, and we don't have any normal parties now that can survive that kind of damage. But what is difficult for me is to try to figure out is if this party is getting 40,000 damage, how much would somebody with, say, 3 million battle rating get? And I'm afraid that would be significantly higher. Could be in the order of million. It's very difficult to figure out because the defense values here are huge for this party. Like, not comparable huge. Alright, we got Alyssa here. She's doing her traditional stun. I'm gonna try to get some more damage output. To try to speed this up a little bit. Alright, 2.5 million. So again, I remind for somebody who didn't catch previous comments, this is not as easy as it looks. What you see here is you should compare this with the normal difficulty that I showed you in the beginning. So if you can complete Spire in 3 minutes, then you are the same strength as this party. 3 minutes flat. And if you can't, then take a ratio. So let's say if you need 10 minutes to complete Spire, then you are 3 times weaker than this party, or 4 times. I think most people do AFK mode, what is it, like 15 minutes, 20 minutes? So from what I'm seeing, Nightmare, let's see, we're still now on stage 16. So, and time is still going. We're now on the 19th minute recording, and we're on stage 16. So we're still a little bit of distance until 21. Wait, let me get some healing. And I actually don't know if this party can complete it. Normally this party should definitely complete it because, like I said, they have ridiculous stats, not normal levels, and so they normally should complete it. and that way we'll get to see also if it's all exactly the same or anything different. Alright, I'm gonna try to do a little bit more active damage output. Alright, Dinah is out. Here comes Sardon. I'm trying to multitask. But my feeling is, from what I've seen so far, is that normal people won't be able to do this at all. And therefore it will be interesting to see what's inside that Spire chest. But I won't be able to show that today, so stay tuned. I'll try to give you all the stats tomorrow or in the coming days, and then that'll be on Dolly Games Wartune website. So check that out. Stay tuned there. I will try to publish an update with the drops of the Spire chest. So we're just gonna get some more damage output. You cannot imagine how strong these guys are now, because you gotta compare. You gotta understand that this character is insanely strong, and the fact that it takes time for this character to or this party to kill this boss, it's already phenomenal. So what I think is going to happen is that most people are going to be getting a couple of chests per day max, just from the first levels. Alright. We're still punching him. We're stage 18 now, Chief Commander Shadow Peter. And that's a bug, because Sardon is dead, of course. And I could use Vulcan or something, but I want to keep that just in case of some insanity appearing. We are still doing alright. You can probably see the tip of the health of the character here. You can see that most of the time he's at full health, even though these bosses are hitting at some crazy numbers. That alone should tell you something. I'm not gonna spell it out. I'm not gonna spell out everything for you. It's about 200k damage there. Alright, this one, Peter is going down as well. So we're slowly creeping up to that stage 21. Here comes Elise. I've got 3 bosses on the screen. Trying to get some more damage output from the party. Rate of crit increased. That's from the kid, from the hunter kid. His Delphic does that. Alright. we're doing good health-wise. It's not a problem for this party. I'm not sure if anything can actually kill them, but it is just insane to see that this boss is able to fight with this party for such a duration, which is why I think that we are far away from beating Spire Nightmare. And by we I mean all current Western players. So we're just continuing punching Elise with as much damage as I can output. She will go down for sure. I'll need just a little bit of healing. Should be almost lost one of the kids. So she's hitting there 1 million damage currently, and she's not even angry. And I'll just go and say, like, if she's hitting 1 million damage, that means like 20 million, maybe 30 million damage on a current strength normal party. For somebody like 3 million battle rating. So I'm not sure if this is possible at all, and I think that as the game develops and people get stronger, only then such things will be possible, I think, but not in the current strength levels. Alright, wall stunned us, so it took a bit of, stole a bit of time. So now we're approaching 30-minute mark for the recording, and that means, like, I remind again that the normal difficulty took about 3 minutes, so that means that this is already 10 times harder easily. Just using time, you could just make that conclusion. And I'm not exaggerating, it's minimum 10 times harder. So whatever you got in your normal Spire performance with your normal party, this is going to be minimum 10 times harder. Trying to get some more damage. Right, the wall stage 20. And we're approaching 21. Just gonna get a little bit of healing to try to keep the kids alive as well, because everything is adding up to damage output. Alright, so that attack, 250,000 he hit, which is pretty significant, I think. Given that this is a bleed boss, so normally we're not supposed to be afraid of his normal attacks. This smashing, 250,000 damage. Where is his bleed? That's what I'm looking for. How much is he gonna bleed us for? So far so good. All the bosses there on top of one another, I think. Yeah, really hard to evaluate, actually. Hard to tell how much the bleed effect is. I don't actually see the bleed icon, maybe it's lag. There it is, that's the bleed icon. Reduces HP by 64% of physical damage each turn. But yeah, on this party that's not visible. Alright, ultimate attack there, 500,000 damage on this character, which is insane. Another 500,000. And now he looks to be angry. Yeah, the lag is of course not helping figure stuff out. 250,000 damage with block. 500,000. So it seems like angry, he is hitting 500,000. Oh, there 700,000 with crit. He hit that one. Of course that doesn't move the health, it just a little bit moved the health. It's not a major issue. But of course, again, on a normal party that would be non-survivable. Okay, the lady here is doing her AoE, so standard, actually everything is standard. Their behavior, that is the boss's behavior, I didn't see anything new, so that means that it'll be familiar for most people on how they behave. So the problem is not gonna be so much the strategy, because everybody is familiar with the different strategies of the different bosses from the regular Spire, but here you just need unbelievable quantities of additional statistics. Unfortunately, there's no way for me to tell how far somebody who has finished normal Spire, how far they can come in the Nightmare version. But we're now stage 22, so earlier I said that it's 10 times more difficult. I'm more now leaning towards 15 times more difficult than normal, because indeed it's just nuts. Let's see if it finishes also on 24. That's pretty much what I'm trying to get to, so that we can see if there's anything different or it's all the same. Oh, one of the kids almost died. Oh, he did die. Okay. She's hitting currently at about 1 million AoE damage. 1.8 million critical there. She's angry. Another one of the kids died. They're trying to get him up and running before for stage 23, or should I wait? No, the 23 should be okay. Like I said, I'm trying to keep the kids alive, mostly just to get a bit more damage output. Alright, here we go. Just gotta grind this guy down. So here we got Eve, of course. She is not so visible because she is small, but you should be able to recognize her. She's hitting again, similar 250,000. But of course our damage output has also gone down. We used to hit harder, I think. Alright. Let's get some more healing going. Although I don't really need, everybody is at full. Come on guys, take her down. We're almost there. So now it's gonna be interesting because she's gonna get angry and we're not killing her fast enough. Although I don't think she can kill main characters, but she could kill the kids, which would be unfortunate. One life left for Eve. Maybe I'll just, yeah, let's use a Vulcan. Get this done quicker. Here is the first Vulcan, or I think it's the first, although it's lagging. That was a non-crit 4 million. Oh wow, she just hit one of the main characters for 4 million damage. Okay, here we got Pan 24 Lupercy Shadow. That's another non-crit Vulcan. But yeah, this is pretty insane. So I think 15 times harder than normal version would be accurate. Take your normal version, multiply by 15, you get Nightmare. So hopefully this is gonna be it, because I'm already tired. Okay, let's Vulcan up. That should be the hardest one. I hope it crits. Probably won't. Yep, even worse. Blocked 2.8 million. $4 million. And 2.4 was it? But he's hitting really hard. He's hitting really hard. I'm gonna try to increase some more the damage output. How much is that? 2 million times 2. That's good. Okay, we're almost there. So he's hitting 1 million damage AoE on this party, which is unbelievable. Seriously. Gonna use the last Vulcan just to finish it off. 1 million damage AoE on this party is like 50 million damage probably on a normal party. So I have no idea how normal people are gonna pass this. We're actually getting hurt, which is crazy. Okay, it's done. There is the victory message. So yeah, that's it basically. I won't be able to show, like I mentioned, I won't be able to show the drops from the chest now, because, well, I don't have an attempt to get chests for you. But I will publish an update on Dull Games Wartune website, so stay tuned, and you will probably see that information, so you can go read it once I publish it. It'll be minimum 1 day from now. So I hope you enjoyed that. I think that was pretty useful to see. I'd say the main conclusion is about 15 times more difficult than normal Spire. And as far as stats, I'd say that that the damage here or the damage defense doesn't matter. Basically, the power output that you saw here is about 10 to 20 times more powerful than strong players. So that's why I say that even strong players would have a major issue with the Nightmare Spire. So that's what you gotta look forward to, and there's gonna be a massive challenge. I'm not sure when it'll be ever completed. I think we'll probably have to wait for a couple of game updates for people to get stronger to be able to do it. And yeah, all the links will be in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please do click on like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and yeah, bookmark Dull Games Wartune website if you haven't done already. Wartune.dullgames.com. Follow us on our Facebook. Some smaller updates I put on Facebook or Twitter or Google Plus or Patreon, but of course if we have some more information then I write then we write a bigger article about it. So yeah, just follow us. You can also subscribe on our website to get email notifications when we publish something new. A lot of people have already done that, and I think that's pretty useful. So when we have something new, they get it on email, so they can see if that's something that they want to read or not. Then if it interests them, they click on it and go read. If not, then they don't click on it, of course. So that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and have a very good day.